আসসালামু আলাইকুম। 40 দিনের যে রিডিং চ্যালেঞ্জ রয়েছে, আজকে 10ম দিন। আপনাকে স্বাগতম। আমার রিডিং স্কিল ভালো না, যার কারণে আমার রিডিং স্কিল বাড়ানোর জন্য আমি চেষ্টা করছি। আপনার স্কিলও যদি আমার মতো খারাপ হয়ে থাকে, আপনিও আমার সাথে এই রিডিং চ্যালেঞ্জে জয়েন করতে পারেন। তো আজকে আমাদের 10ম দিন। আমরা মানে আমি প্রতিদিন আর্টিকেল পড়ি। তো আর্টিকেল পড়ার নিয়ম, প্রথমে স্টপওয়াচ চালু করে দিই, ওয়ার্ড বাই ওয়ার্ড রিডিং সুন্দরভাবে পড়ি, বুঝে পড়ার চেষ্টা করি। পড়ার পরে আমি দেখি যে কতক্ষণ সময় লাগলো, এবং পরবর্তীতে জাস্ট রিডিং পড়ে যাই প্রথম থেকে শেষ পর্যন্ত, দেখি কতক্ষণ সময় লাগলো। এবং মাঝে যদি কোনো ওয়ার্ড বা এই টাইপের কোনো কিছু মনে হয় যে এটা আমার কাছে ইম্পর্টেন্ট ওয়ার্ড, তাহলে আমি লিখে লিখে রাখি, যেটা স্পিকিং অর রাইটিংয়ে কাজে লাগানো যায়। তো ঠিক আছে, কথা না বাড়াবো না। কথা না বাড়িয়ে আমি আজকের যে 10ম দিনের আর্টিকেল এটি শুরু করি। আপনি যদি আমার সাথে চ্যালেঞ্জ নিতে চান, তাহলে আমার সাথে জয়েন করতে পারেন। আম, আমি এই আর্টিকেলের যে লিঙ্ক, এই লিঙ্কটি ডেসক্রিপশন বক্সে দিয়ে দিব, ওখান থেকে আপনি পড়ে ফেলতে পারেন। এবং আমাকে অবশ্যই জানাবেন যদি পড়েন আপনার কতক্ষণ সময় লাগলো, তাহলে আমি বুঝতে পারবো, আমার ভালো লাগা কাজ করবো যে হ্যাঁ, পৃথিবীর বুকে কেউ একজন আমার সাথে কাজ করতেছে। ওকে, সো লেটস স্টার্ট টুডেস আর্টিকেল। প্রথমে স্টপ ওয়াচটা দিয়ে দিই। ওকে, দিয়ে দিলাম। স্টার্ট করি। The key to Bhutan's happiness. The key to Bhutan's happiness. What is the key? What is the main pillar of happiness of Bhutan's? Okay. As the kingdom of Bhutan open its borders, a Buddhist monk share his secrets for understanding the nation's unique approach to happiness. As the kingdom of Bhutan opens its borders, okay, when the Bhutan open his borders in the link of other country, uh, a Buddhist monk share his secret for understanding the nation's unique approach to happiness. ওকে, যখন ভুটানের বর্ডারটা শেয়ার করা হলো, তখন একজন মঙ্ক তার আইডিয়া শেয়ার করলো যে আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিং দ্য নেশনস অফ অ্যাপ্রোচ টু হ্যাপিনেস, ইউনিক অ্যাপ্রোচ টু হ্যাপিনেস। একটি ইউনিক অ্যাপ্রোচ, হ্যাপিনেসের কি ইউনিক অ্যাপ্রোচ হতে পারে? হোয়াট ইজ দ্য ইউনিক অ্যাপ্রোচ অফ হ্যাপিনেস? টু ফাইন্ড আউট দ্য রিজনস and find out the secret unique ideas. Happiness is the concern of everyone. Happiness is the concern of everyone. Okay, in the world, every people try to be happy, and seeking always feel happy, and okay, happiness is the concern on everyone. Exactly, definitely. Said his eminence Kadruvan Rinpoche. Okay, this is the name. The eminence Kedrovan Rinpoche, whether or not you acknowledge it, acknowledge means security, maybe. Yes, shikar.
Acknowledge,
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 acknowledge. Whether or not you acknowledge it, here doesn't matter you recognize or not. This is the purpose of every people, every human being. This is the purpose of every human being. Yes, that's right, that's exactly right. This is the purpose of every human being. Yes, we gonna do everything for being a happy person in our future. We work hard all along to be a happy person. Yes, we all do, to feel happy or make someone happy. The fifth reincarnate, কি উচ্চারণ?
reincarnate,
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 reincarnate. Well, the fifth reincarnate and head of the Shangchan Ojian Tusuklag monastery. আল্লাহ, কি এটা? আচ্ছা, উচ্চারণটা দেখে নিই। রিডিং স্কিল বাড়ানোর জন্যই তো পড়ছি, তাই না? তো সমস্যা কি?
Sangchen,
সাংচান,
Sangchen,
সাংচান,
Sangchen,
সাংচান। দেন পরেরটা ওজিয়ান,
Oyan,
onen,
oyen,
ojen,
oyen,
sangchen, ojen. Then s- উচ্চারণই হয় না এটা, সুকলাগ, সুকলাগ, and monastery. Okay, Sangchan, Ojen, Suklag Monastery. Sangchan, Ojen, Suklag Monastery in Trongsha, Bhutan. Okay, Bhutan is a country name. Trongsha may be a place name. Rinpoche knows all about the pursuit of happiness. Rincho, Rinchi, Rinpoche, Rinpoche, Rinpoche knows that maybe a person. Okay, Rinpoche knows all about the pursuit of happiness. You know, one movie have in it world. This movie name is Pursuit of Happiness. If you didn't say this movie, please watch this movie because this movie is very helpful to you and definitely you learn a lot of things.
Pursuit of happiness.
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 Pursuit of
Pursuit
happiness.
of happiness.
Pursuit of happiness. Pursuit knows all about the pursuit of happiness. Okay, he's the man who knows everything about happiness, as ascending to his position at the age of 19 in 2019. He was one of the youngest ever Rinpoche. Rinpoche, what is Rinpoche? Is spiritual master. Is spiritual masters means spiritual. What is spiritual? Okay, spiritual. Uttadik, attadik. Spiritual.
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 আধ্যাত্মিক মাস্টার, ওকে, স্পিরিচুয়াল মানে ধ্যান জ্ঞান ইত্যাদি। Spiritual master. আমি তো কুষ্টিয়ায় থাকি, I live in Kustia here, have Lalon Shamaj. If you go there, you definitely learn a lot of things and definitely listen spiritual talkative person who will talk with you. Okay, spiritual person. Spiritual is that person called in our Bengali language Sadhu Baba. Spiritual language, spiritual master. Okay, spiritual মানে আধ্যাত্মিক জ্ঞান ধারণা. Spiritual in Bhutan at the time. Okay, he was the person of a spiritual master at the time in when his age was 19 and the exactly date, I mean exactly year in 2009. Bhutan at the time. Okay, now 31. He is dedicated the last 12 years of his life to teaching the world about Buddhist principles and how they can be applied to make life happier every day. Okay, the author tried to say it here. The person, the honorable person, he sacrificed his life, his 12 years, for teaching the other person happiness, make happy. And now his age is 31. Wow. And he tried to teaching a world about Buddhist principles and how they can be applied to make life happier every day, regardless of one's culture or religion,
Religion.
religion,
Religion.
religion,
Religion.
religion.
কারো সংস্কৃতি বা ধর্ম নির্বিশেষে
ওকে, সে টিচিং করার চেষ্টা করতেছে যে কারো ধর্ম নির্বিশেষে সবার উপরে গিয়ে মানুষকে কিভাবে সাহায্য করা যায়, মানুষ কিভাবে প্রতিটা দিন এভরিডে he can do happy, he can live happy every day. Okay, the principles, the key principles he tried to make understand the other person. Okay, well, Rinpoche was one of Bhutan's youngest ever spiritual masters when he has assumed the position in 2019. When he assumed ধারণা করা, অনুমান, assume,
Assumed.
assume,
Assumed.
assume,
Assumed.
assume, sandwiched between the economic and political powerhouses of China and India, with a population of just more than একক দশক শতক হাজার অযুত লক্ষ, অঙ্ক একটু কাঁচা তো, তার মানে 700,000 60,000 700,000 and 60,000. The kingdom of Bhutan is known around the globe for its unconventional measure of national development. Unconventional. What is unconventional? অপ্রচলিত.
Unconventional.
Unconventional measure of national development. Gross national happiness, GNH. The concept was implemented in 972 by the fourth king of Bhutan, Jigam Singya Wangchung. Is showing
Eschewing.
eschewing
Eschewing.
eschewing
Eschewing.
eschewing
Eschewing.
yes eschewing
Eschewing.
eschewing
Eschewing.
eschewing মানে পালানো eschewing tradition economic quantification. Bhutan assesses its country overall well-being on the basis of sustainable and equitable socio-economic development, environmental conservation, preservation, and promotion of culture and good governance. Okay, they make sure that all things, that environmental conservation, preservation and promotion, culture and good governance, and he also well the country about sustainable and equitable socio-economic development, gross national happiness, set of collective condition, one the generally needed to live a good life. Rapidly in পঁচিশ কি বলেছে? Gross national happiness, set of collective condition. This is depending on the collective condition, one that generally needed to live good life, one that generally needed to live a good life. Before the pandemic, Rinpoche journeyed around the world, giving lectures and workshops through his Naker initiative. Naker Naker initiative. Okay, he was also working to build the first Buddhist academy in Bhutan that will be open to anyone interested in learning about Buddhist philosophy, regardless of background or religion. Okay, oh, anyone can learn from Buddhist academy in Bhutan. The all Buddhist philosophy doesn't matter you are Muslim, you are Christian, you're Buddhist, or doesn't matter. Okay, anyone can learn from him. Just you have to have the spiritual power to learn Buddhist philosophy. Okay, everything I was doing was put on hold. I decided to see this an opportunity to deepen my own experience and isolate myself. Rinpoche said, I went to the mountains and lived there with very little food, in harsh weather and condition, with no shelter but a cave. It gave me the time to truly imbibe my own teaching. What is the imbibe means? This is a new word. অভ্যস্ত.
Imbibe.
Imbibe. অভ্যস্ত.
Imbibe.
Imbibe. Wow, this is a
Imbibe.
new word. I should write down this word imbibe so that I can use in my speaking test in IELTS. You should also write down this word. This is the nice word, really. Believe me, this is a nice word to use another part of IELTS exam. Okay, let me some moment so that I can write this word. Imbibe. 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 Imbibe মানে অভ্যস্ত. Imbibe মানে অভ্যস্ত. Okay. Imbibe মানে অভ্যস্ত. Okay, the Rinpoche, he's the person. He tried to spend his time in a in a mountain and hills without a sufficient food, and they spent a lot of time to understand the unique happiness. I mean, unique rules of being a happy person. Um, with no shelter but a cave, it gives me the time truly imbibe my own teachings. Okay, he spent the time for teaching himself. Truly imbibe. Imbibe means কি অভ্যস্ত. Okay, imbibe means he tried to imbibe himself. অভ্যস্ত করার চেষ্টা করেছে. What become very clear was that true happiness has nothing to do with external phenomena. It is initiate. It is innate. It is innate. Innate.
innate,
Innate.
innate,
And innate.
innate,
Innate. It is innate. Okay. Happiness is not a certain matter. Is not other person matter. It's matter of innate. It means like matter of external matter. Happiness is a external matter. Okay. Of course, Rinpoche is praised that one does not need to go to such extreme to find peace. We must stop searching for happiness in experience outside ourselves. There are, in my opinion, four pillars. He opinion that happiness behind the happiness have four pillars. How much pillar behind the happiness is? Happiness behind the happiness is just four pillars, and these four pillars depend on happiness. Okay, how might be a person happy? It depends on these four pillars. He said that about happiness. What is the four pillars? I'm trying to reading the four pillars. The first one is loving kindness. Okay, compassion. What is the meaning of compassion? সমবেদনা.
compassion,
Compassion. সমবেদনা.
compassion,
Compassion, Maya, সমবেদনা, Maya, compassion,
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 compassion, compassion, compassion, compassion. ওকে, আমার সাথে যদি কেউ আপনারা পড়ে থাকেন, প্লিজ আমার সাথে উচ্চারণ করুন. Compassion, compassion. If you wanna improve your reading skill, if you wanna improve your speaking, your pronunciation skill, you must have to speak first, okay? You must have open your mouth and speak loudly, like me. There is no shy, there is no other way. Believe me, there is no other way. Okay, just speak and open your mouth. Compassion, compassion, loving kindness, compassion, non-attachment, and karma. Non-attachment. What is this non-attachment? অসংযুক্তি.
non-attachment,
Non-attachment. The karma. What is karma? Karma or karma?
karma,
Karma. Acha. That can be easily imbursed by anyone at any point in their lives from anywhere. Impressed. This is a জড়িয়ে থাকে impressed.
embraced,
Embraced.
Embraced.
Sorry, embraced.
Embraced.
Embraced. Embraced.
embraced,
EMBRSED. Embraced.
embraced,
Embraced.
embraced,
Embraced.
embraced,
Embraced.
embraced,
Embraced.
embraced,
Okay, embraced mean জড়িয়ে থাকা. Embraced by anyone in any point in their lives from anywhere. According to Rinpoche, living kindness is the key to generating happiness, not just one personal level, but for other as well. He stressed the importance of being kind to yourself first, and how this leads to compassion to others. You must love yourself and truly know that no matter the circumstance, you are good enough. From there, you can spread that to others. From there, you can spread that to others. Okay, I don't understand exactly what is trying to say in this para. Okay, now I'm rereading. According to Rinpoche, loving kindness is the key to generating happiness not just on personal level but for other as well. but for others as well. Okay, the kindness generating happiness, not just on a personal level. It's not a matter of personal happiness, personal level, but also it depends on other as well. He stressed the importance. He emphasized the importance of being kind to yourself first. If you want to be a happy person, you first probably you first be a kind person. Okay, um, then yes, he stressed the importance of being kind to yourself first, and how this leads to compassion to others. You must love yourself. You have to love yourself and truly know that no matter the circumstance, you are good enough. From there, you can spread that to others. Okay, Chunjur Doji, a former tour guide, believed that Bhutan's sense of collective compassion is rooted and religion. Compassion means কি জানো তো ব্রেন খারাপ শুধু বলে যাই
compassion,
সহানুভূতি compassion
compassion,
compassion
compassion,
compassion
compassion,
compassion
compassion,
compassion
compassion,
yes that's right. Compassion
compassion,
compassion
compassion,
Chunjur former tour guide believes that Bhutan's sense of collective compassion is rooted in religion. We have a strong communal sense. We have a strong communal sense. Communal sense means সাম্প্রদায়িক বোধ, communal sense. We have a strong communal sense of helping others, which comes from most of the population being Buddhist. I always consider if what I do will benefit the community. If what I do will benefit the community. Okay, Sonjor Doji, a former tour guide, believes that Bhutan, since the collective compassion is rooted in religion, we have a strong communal sense. They have a strong communal sense. I mean the Sampradayik sense of being helping others and come. Most of the population being Buddhist, I always consider if what I do will benefit the community. Okay, after no longer being able to work as a guide during the pandemic, Dozy revelated revelated পুনর্মূল্যায়ন
re-evaluated,
revaluated Ruzi revaluated হয়ে গেল his his perspective and returned to his village to Texampa in May of 2020. The most difficult for me was coping with losing a job, losing না losing নাকি losing নাকি
losing,
yes, losing a job that I thought was secure. The most difficult for me was coping with losing a job that I thought was secure. He said, however, I was not without any alternatives. I was able to back to my village and return to the earth, farming and selling produce. He said he has since used his experience as a tour guide to engage his peers in finding ways to promote local culture to tourists now that the kingdom has reopened its border. I encourage people to elaborate our homeground recipes with red rice to make it as authentic as possible to people can learn about our cuisine. He says about our cuisine. He said cuisine. Okay, hometown re recipe.
recipes,
Rinpoche third pillars. Did Rinpoche third pillar? Okay, আচ্ছা, রিনপোচে ডোজি ফর্মার ট্যুর গাইড বিলিভ করে যে রুটেড রিলিজিয়ান um, since helping others which come from most the population being Buddhist. I always consider if what I do will benefit the community. আমি যাই করবো সেটা বেনিফিট হবে কমিউনিটি, বেনিফিট হবে সাম্প্রদায়িক, বেনিফিট হবে after no longer being able to work as a guide during the pandemic. Duzi reevaluated his perspective and returned to his village. He returned to his village. The most difficult time he spent that losing a job that he thought that was secure. He said, however, I was not without any alternative. He has no alternative. He was able to go back to his village to return earth farming and selling produce. He has since used his experience as tour guide. Okay, he established a tour guide and he working with that. Rinpoche's third pillar, non-attachment or impermanence, non-attachment or impermanence, non or non-attachment, অযৌক্তিক, অসংযুক্তি and impermanence.
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 Impermanence is Buddhist concept that is the root of Bhutan's culture. When something goes wrong, don't become depressed immediately. In addition to impressing self-kindness and living compassionately, compassionately towards others, in addition to impressing, embracing,
Embracing.
embracing,
Embracing.
In addition to embracing self-kindness and living compassionately towards others, the pandemic has also reinforced the importance of welcoming change to doji. Pandemic has also reinforced reinforced FRCD. Pandemic has also reinforced the importance of welcoming change to doji. Since returning to his village, since returning to his village, he has learned since returning to his village, তার গ্রামে ফেরার পর থেকে, since returning to his village, তার গ্রামে ফিরে আসার পর থেকে, he has learned carpentry and has been helping his neighbors repair their homes while embarking on a big communal project. He has learned carpentry, সুতার শিল্প,
Carpentry.
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 Okay, carpentry, a work he has learned, and has been helping his neighbors repair their homes while embarking on a big communal project. Embarking শুরু, নিযুক্ত করা, embarking on a big communal project. Repair their homes while embarking on communal project. We renovated সংস্কার করা হয়েছে. We renovated a traditional farmhouse that was abandoned by a family and transformed it into a farm stay. I have been advocating a long time for a more immersive approach. Immersive means নিমজ্জিত. A firm stay. I have been advocating a long time for a more immersive approach to tourism and for people to explore the culture and lifestyle of the more rural areas of Bhutan. I have been advocating. Advocating means okay. I have been advocating a long time for a more immersive approach নিমজ্জিত পদার্থ for immersive approach to tourism and for people to explore the culture and lifestyle of the more rural areas of Bhutan. At the end of the day, I learned to be happy with that I have and make the best of it. Okay, he tried to learn the rural areas, rural culture, and explore the tourism sector in a countryside. And after that, he learned to be very with what he have done, make the best of it. According to Rinpoche, the fourth pillar is karma, isn't what it seems. Karma is totally misunderstood. Most people think it means that if you do something bad, then something bad will happen to you. If you do something bad with others, then something bad will happen with you too, like a form of universal revenge of punishment, like a form of universal revenge of punishment. It isn't that at all. It isn't at all. It's about cause, condition, effect. Accepting that your action and choices have an impact on the world around you. It is like planting of seed of a tree. If we plant mango seed, we we get a mango tree. If we plant a mango seed, we get a mango tree. Obviously, we can't plant an apple seed and expect a mango tree to grow. He checked. Believing in karma is an opportunity for you to transform yourself, to shape yourself, to really work on you who want to become and do what you want to achieve. Okay, karma is one of the most important pillar to be success one day. He believed that believing in karma is opportunity. That opportunity give you more to create yourself, to right shape, to turn in a right shape yourself, and to really work on who want to become and do what you want to achieve. Through Rinpoche assert that Bhutan is incredibly peaceful and has this majestic, majestic and pristine natural environment, pristine,
Pristine.
pristine,
Pristine.
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 Okay, so Rinpoche assert that Bhutan is incredibly peaceful and has this majestic and pristine natural environment. He also recognized that the kingdom has its issue just like everywhere else. Inflation continued to rise, and the overall consumer price index up by almost 90% in the past year. Food insecurity is also a really, and the country has seen a nearly 15% hike in food cost. The impact of closing the borders from March 2020 through August 2021 also mean that and at least 50,000 individuals working in the tourism industry lost their job and livelihood like dozy. Okay, yet good governance and of the cornerstones of the cornerstones ভিত্তি.
Cornerstones.
Yet the good governance, one of the cornerstones of GNH, has been crucial to Bhutan's survival throughout the pandemic. The government swift response to coronavirus socio-economic impact has been lauded by the international company as it deferred the payment of taxes and issued financial aid to citizens. Parliament member donated one month's salary to the relief efforts. The government also prioritize the vaccination of its citizens, and currently 92% of the eligible population is fully vaccinated. What is so special about being Bhutan is that there is always a united sense of gratitude, 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 কৃতজ্ঞতা,
Gratitude.
gratitude,
Gratitude.
gratitude,
Gratitude.
gratitude,
Gratitude.
কৃতজ্ঞতা, gratitude, gratitude,
Gratitude.
gratitude,
Gratitude.
gratitude,
Gratitude.
gratitude,
Gratitude. Gratitude.
gratitude. Okay, what is so special about being Bhutanese is that there always united sense of gratitude, communal well-being, and national identity, and it simply children, social entrepreneur and consultant. Okay, children believe that part of the reason why the Bhutanese view happiness differently than other culture is because of their ability to reconcile past and present. Reconcile, Milon, reconcile past and present. Bhutanese culture is strongly rooted in our traditions. Rooted, Bodhmul. Bhutanese culture is strongly rooted in our traditions and spiritual values. Spiritual values. অত্যাধিক মূল্যবোধ, spiritual values. But we are a very progressive and practical society. Generally, our culture and religion is not prescriptive, নির্দেশনামূলক, yes, and not a black and white choice, but rather navigating the middle path of in everything like living. If there was a piece of advice Rinpoche could share with the world, it would be this: always remember that the most important thing is to live life in the present moment, and that happiness is not by product of external factor, but the result of positively conditioning your mind. Happiness is the grasp of everyone. Pull the grasp.
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 Happiness is the grasp of everyone. Grasp, grasp, grasp of everyone. সবার উপর দিয়ে।
Grasp of everyone.
Grasp of everyone. Grasp of the grasp of everyone. Okay, I completed reading those article, the entire article, and I learned a lot. The Rinpoche is one of the greatest person in the Bhutan. He discovered the four pillar of happiness, of being a happy person. The first one is their well-beers. আচ্ছা, yes, he make the four pillar of behind the happiness. Be the happiness person. The four pillar is: first is loving and kindness. You should be kind with others, one another, and helpful minded, compassion, non-attachment, and the fourth is karma. So those are the four pillar who wanna be a good person or a happy person into the world. He definitely obey the fourth rules here, who is provided by the Rinpoche. Okay, that's the scenario, and after all, Rinpoche tried to say that this advice is please don't forget about your customs, about your root, about your primitive culture, tradition. Bhutan is the mixed with traditional and present culture. They love their conventional culture, and they keep stay their culture, and they love and they make the tourism business over the Bhutan. So that's why he suggests that don't forget the route to learning, don't forget your convention. That's the main scene, that's the main theme of this article. ওকে, এই হচ্ছে এই আর্টিকেলের মূল থিম। আমি যেটা বুঝলাম বা বলার চেষ্টা করলাম, আসলে আর্টিকেলে অনেক সময় আমি মানে করছি না, কয়েকটা প্যারার আমি আসলে বুঝতে পারছি, যার কারণে মানে করছি না। যেখানে মানে করতে আমার সমস্যা হচ্ছে সেটার উপরই আমি বেশি ফোকাস করছি। তো আপনারা যখন পড়বেন এটাই করবেন। তো ঠিক আছে, দেখি কতক্ষণ হলো। 1 ঘন্টা 28 মিনিট আমার লেগেছে প্রথমবার পড়তে। আপনার কতক্ষণ লাগলো বুঝে পড়তে এটা আমাকে অবশ্যই জানাবেন। এখন আমি কি করব, এখন আমি আহ, আবার পুনরায় রিসেট দিব, রিসেট দিলাম, রিসেট দিয়ে এখন আমি রিডিং পড়বো আর দেখবো যে কতক্ষণ সময় লাগলো আমার। আপনারাও এটা করবেন, রিডিং পড়বেন। এখন আমি শুরু থেকে পুরোপুরি রিডিং পড়বো, আপনিও পড়বেন, পড়ে আমাকে জানাবেন যে আপনার কতটুকু সময় লাগলো, আমার কতটুকু সময় লাগলো, সেটা তো আপনারা দেখতেই পারবেন। এটা আমার জন্য ভালো লাগা কাজ করবে অ্যাট লিস্ট। ওকে, সো লেটস গেট স্টার্টেড। As the kingdom of Bhutan opens its borders, a Buddhist monk shares his secret for understanding the nation's unique approach to happiness. Happiness is a concern of everyone, said his in Eminence Kitrupan Rinpoche, whether or not you acknowledge it. This is the purpose of every human being. The fifth reincarnates and head of the Sanchan Ojian Sukla monastery is Taronga. Bhutan Rinpoche knows all about the pursuit of happiness. Ascending to his Tongsha, Bhutan Rinpoche knows all about the pursuit of happiness, ascending to his position at the age of 19 in 2009. He was one of the youngest ever Rinpoche in Bhutan at the time, now 31 his age. He has dedicated the last 12 years of his life to teaching the world about Buddhist principles and how they can be applied to make life happier every day, regardless of one's culture or religion. Sandwiched between the economic and political powerhouse of China and India, with a population of just more than 6,000, the Kingdom of Bhutan is known around the globe for its unconventional measure of national development. Gross national happiness (GNH). The concept was implemented in 972 by the fourth king of Bhutan, Jigme Singay, um, is issuing traditional economic quantification. Bhutan assesses the country overall well-being on the basis of sustainable and equitable socio-economic development, environment conservation, preservation, and promotion of culture and good governance. Gross national happiness, set of collective condition, one that generally needed to live a good life, said Rinpoche. Before the pandemic, Rinpoche journeyed around the world giving lectures and workshops through his Naka initiative. He was also working to build the first Buddhist academy in Bhutan that will be that will be open to anyone interested in learning about Buddhist philosophy, regardless background or religion. Everything I was doing was put on hold. I decided to see this as an opportunity to deepen my own experience, and I so isolated myself. Rinpoche said I went to the mountains and lived there with very little food in harsh weather conditions, with no shelter but a cave. It gave me the time to truly imbibe my one technique. Imbibe, imbibe মানে অভ্যস্ত। What became very clear was that true happiness has nothing to do with external phenomena, it is innate. Of course, Rinpoche stressed that one does not need to go such extremes to find peace. We must stop searching for happiness in experience outside ourselves. There are, in my opinion, four pillars: loving, kindness, compassion, non-attachment, and karma that can be easily embraced by anyone at any point in their lives from anywhere. According to Rinpoche, living kindness is the key generating happiness not just on personal level but for others as well. He stressed the importance of being kind of yourself first and how this leads to compassion to others. You must live yourself and truly know that no matter the circumstance, you are good enough. You are good enough. From the air, you can spread that to the air. Chunzur Dozi, a former tour guide, believed that Bhutan's sense of collective compassion is rooted in religion. We have a strong communal sense of helping others, which comes from most of the population being Buddhist. I always consider if what I do will benefit the community. After no longer being able to work as guide during the pandemic, Dozy reevaluated his perspective and returned to his village of Tekjampa in May 2020. The most difficult for me was coping with losing a job that I thought was secure. He said, however, I was not without any alternatives. I was able to go back to my village and return to earth, farming and selling products. He has since used his experience as a tour guide to engage his peers in finding ways to promote local culture to tourists. Now the kingdom has reopened its border. I encourage people to elaborate our hometown receipts with ways to make it as authentic as possible so people can learn about local cuisine, he said. Rinpoche, the pillar non-attachment or impermanence is Buddhist concept that is at the root of Bhutanese culture. When something goes wrong, don't become depressed immediately because things will change, Rinpoche said. If we accept that all things are impermanent, then that means there can be change, and with change there is hope. Rinpoche explained that this also holds true for a positive thing in life, accepting that thing don't last, including success and wealth, allows you to truly appreciate what you have at hand. In addition to embracing self kindness and living compassionately towards others, the pandemic has also reinforced the importance of welcoming chance to Doji. Since returning to his village, he has learned carpentry and has been helping his neighbors repair their homes while embarking on a big communal project. We renovated traditional farmhouse that was abandoned by a family and transported it into a farmstay. I have been advocating a long time for a more immersive approach to tourism and for people to explore the culture and lifestyle of the more rural areas of Bhutan. At the end of the day, I learned to be very what I have and make the best of it. According to Rinpoche, the four-pillar karma isn't what it seems. Karma is totally misunderstood. Most people think it means that if you do something bad, then something bad will happen to you, like a form of universal defense and punishment. It isn't that at all. It is about cause, condition, effect, accepting that your choices have an impact on the world around you. It's like planting a seed of tree. If we plant a mango seed, we get a mango tree. We cannot plant an apple seed and expect a mango tree to grow. We chuckled Believe in karma is an opportunity for you to transform yourself, to shape yourself, to really work on who you want to become and to what you want to achieve. Though Rinpoche asserts that Bhutan is incredibly peaceful and has a majestic and pristine natural environment, he also recognized that the kingdom has its issue, just like everywhere else. Inflation continues to rise, with the overall consumer price index up by almost 9% in the past year. Food insecurity is also a reality, and the country has seen a nearly 50% hike in food cost. The impact of closing its border from March 2020 through August 2021 also mean that at least 5,000 individuals working in the tourism industry lost their jobs and livelihoods, like Duji. Yet good governance, one of the cornerstones of GNH, has been crucial for Bhutan's survival. Without the pandemic, the government's swift response to coronavirus socio-economic impact has been lauded by the international community, as they defer the payment of taxes and issue of financial aid on citizens. Parliamentary members donated 1 month's salary to the relief efforts. The government also prioritized the vaccination of its citizens, and currently 92% of the eligible population is fully vaccinated. What is also special about being Bhutanese is that there is always a united sense of grateful, communal well-being, and national identity. Added singly Chudet, a social entrepreneur and consultant. Chuden believes that part of the reason why the Bhutanese view happiness differently than other cultures is because of their ability to reconcile past and present. Bhutanese culture is strongly rooted in our tradition and spiritual values, but we are a very progressive and practical society. Generally, our culture and religion is not perspective and not black and white choice, but rather navigating the middle path in everyday living. If there was one piece of advice Rinpoche could share with the world, it would be this: always remember that the most important thing is to live life in a present moments, and that happiness is not a byproduct of external factor, but the result of positively conditioning your mind. Happiness is the grasp of everyone. Okay, that's all about today's article. I mean 10-day article from 100 from 40 days reading challenge I have completed. Wow, I'm a lucky person. I feel that. And now we will see that how much time I mm, it need. 11. Okay, 11 মিনিট লেগেছে। টাইম আস্তে আস্তে কমে আসছে, আমি বুঝতে পারছি। প্রথম দিন আমার অনেক সময় লেগেছিল, আস্তে আস্তে 11তে নেমে আসছে। যদিও আস্তে পড়ার চেষ্টা করেছি বুঝে বুঝে। তো যাই হোক, আমার রিডিং পড়তে 11 মিনিট সময় লাগলো। প্রথমে বুঝে পড়তে লেগেছিল 1 ঘন্টা 28 মিনিট, এখন লাগলো 11 মিনিট। আপনার কত লাগলো আপনি জানাবেন। কথা বাড়াবো না আসলেই। ভালো করতে হলে পড়তে হবে, এর কোনো বিকল্প নাই। আমিও অনেক ঘোরাফেরা করেছি বিভিন্ন জায়গায়, বিভিন্ন টিপস এন্ড ট্রিক্স খোঁজার চেষ্টা করেছি, কোনো লাভ হয় নাই। বিলিভ মি, কোনো লাভ হয় নাই, কোনো লাভ হবেও না, আর কোনো লাভ হওয়া ঠিকও না, হওয়ারও না। যার কারণে নিজেকেই করতে হবে, নিজের চেঞ্জ নিজেকেই করতে হবে, নিজেকেই পরিশ্রম করতে হবে, নিজেকেই কঠোর পরিশ্রম করতে হবে, নিজেকে ধরে রাখতে হবে। তাই ঘোরাফেরা বাদ দিয়ে আমার মনে হয় যারা আইএলটিএস নিয়ে আমার মতো সিরিয়াসলি চিন্তা করছেন, তারা সিরিয়াসলি পড়াশোনা করে এখান থেকে বেরোয় আসতে হবে। সময় যতই নেন না কেন, 6 মাস সময় নিলেও মানে 6 মাস যদি সময় নেওয়া হয়, 6 মাস যদি কাজ না করা হয় তাহলে কোনো লাভ নাই। 6 মাসের কাজ 3 মাসেও করা যায় যদি সেটা কন্টিনিউয়াসলি করা যায়। তো ঠিক আছে, ভালো থাকবেন, আর ইনশাল্লাহ 11 দিনে আপনাদের সাথে দেখা হবে নতুন কোনো আর্টিকেল নিয়ে। আবার বোরিং কিছু সময় কাটাবো আপনাদের সাথে, মানে আমার সাথে আপনাদের কিছু বোরিং সময় কাটাতে হবে আবার আগামীকালকে। তো যাই হোক, টাটা, ভালো থাকবেন।